Today is July the 13th. I want to show you very quickly how to keep 12 charts up on your screen with the Ichimoku, and at a glance, because that's what Ichimoku means, be able to tell what's going on with your stock. I'm not going to try to explain what the various terms are because you can find them here, and there's a number of videos. These 5 videos here I would recommend if you want to understand what the terminology actually refers to. But I'm going to talk about the Chiku span, and I'm going to talk about the cloud. Here I've got the 12 stocks, and let's take a look at Apple. Apple was sort of down all day long. Now, why was that? It was because the Chiku broke through support of these candles and then continued to just bounce into the candles for most of the day as it went down. So the Chiku could never break out of those candles, which would have given a price lift. Where did we find support? When the Chiku hit the bottom of the cloud. Now, if you were following Apple on the 5-minute chart, you would have seen it break the bottom of the cloud right here. But then I would have immediately looked back at the Chiku and said, I'm going to stay in this trade until the Chiku loses the cloud or loses the 200, because those are both valid points of reference for support. Let's look at Amazon. Amazon started out breaking through, at some point during the day, the Chiku broke through the candles, and then where did it find support? Here you've got the price just doing its thing down here outside of the cloud, but here's support and a bounce, and here is support and an end of day bounce. So watching the Chiku, just a quick glance at the screen tells you if support is happening. If you don't see it on the 5-minute chart, switch to the 1-minute chart, switch to the 15-minute chart. Now here's Baidu. Baidu started up nicely, and then it sort of just plateaued for most of the day. Well, why is that? Look back at the Chiku. There it is. It was hitting the top of yesterday's cloud. Let's take a look at the SPX last. Let's look at FFIV. FFIV, nice break up today. And where did it break? Right through the weakest part of the cloud, where it was like a funnel or like a pipe. And FFIV did the same thing. Up, then it hit a top. Why did it hit a top? Because the Chiku back here, remember, the Chiku is a 26 period back representation of where the current candle is. And what did it do? It hit the bottom of that cloud. That's going to be resistance every single time. And it was enough resistance to push the price down. To where? To the top of the cloud. Now, where are we here tomorrow? We've got a Chiku that's running into resistance of these candles. So the price has some work to do to get the Chiku past these candles. Let's look at Netflix. Netflix started out on fire, didn't it? And then it sort of just meandered along. And then it came down to where? To test the top of the cloud for support. Found support and lost it. Came down to the bottom of the cloud. And why did we bounce? Because the Chiku bounced off the bottom of the Bollinger Band. This is a 30-period Bollinger Band. Let's look at FFIV. FFIV, same thing. Started out great, dropped, up, down, moved up, and then came down. What did price and what did the cloud and what did the Chiku tell us? The Chiku told us at the end of the day that we had support. We knew we were in the support area right back here at 3 o'clock this afternoon when we started touching the bottom of the cloud. And we had to watch our Chiku. If price loses the cloud and the Chiku loses the cloud, we're in trouble. We would then look for support on the 200, because by now our price would have lost support of the 200 on a 5-minute chart. If the 5-minute chart isn't telling you what you need to know, switch to the 15-minute. How about CAT? Cat started off great. Why did it plateau here? Because the Chiku hit the top of yesterday's cloud. Let's look at Mosaic. Mosaic hit the top of the cloud, met resistance, came down towards the bottom of the cloud, and that's where we're sitting going into today. I would be very worried that this could happen tomorrow, but this could happen, and of course this could happen because the cloud is particularly thin around here. Now let's just go back and let's look at the SPX. No doji yesterday told me wasn't the Chiku very interesting. The Chiku stopped yesterday just at the top of the cloud. And I said to him that even if we lost the top of the cloud, I felt good because I saw this candle top right here as being a possible bounce point for the Chiku. And that's what happened. We did get that bounce, but tomorrow I'm looking now at the Chiku having to break through the 9 period, the Tenkan-sen, the 50, and the 26 Kijun-sen, and that's a lot of work for the SPX to do over the next few days. We've also got a descending cloud. So my view on the SPX right now is a little bit cautious. We did not pass yesterday's low. We finished with this inverted hammer, which could very well propel us up through a thin portion of the cloud here, but it's going to have to work. It's going to have to get through the cloud, and a lot of work is going to have to be done on the Chiku end to get past 1, 2, 3 areas of resistance, and then to move up to the top of the cloud and break here. So we're only bullish about the XPX when we have price on top of the cloud and we have the Chiku on top of the cloud. So I hope that that was helpful. Please go back and take a look at the videos that I mentioned before. They're on YouTube /user/soundbite0. Thanks a lot.